For this last video, I'm just going to show you some bilging on a 7-piece pirate, because I showed you how to make a Vegas in the last video, but the setups are quite easy. If you are puzzling with 7 pieces, then you shouldn't expect to find the patterns quite that easily. It will get much harder when you get to your 7 pieces. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start scanning the board. Let's try and find a Vegas setup. I've got... Nope, so see, look, I've got 2 of these greens in the row. So they're not going to look, see, look, is there 2 of anything else in the row? No, there isn't. I mean, there is this nice vertical line of white, blue pieces. But you could just see what happens here. Here I'm just visualizing it. Okay, so this is where things start to get tricky, because you don't always have the pieces you really want available at the bottom. Sometimes you may have to click around to get them, and this makes it very inefficient. So whenever you do start this Vegas, make sure that you've got your pieces available. So here, for example, I'm going to need another green piece, and I'm going to need another of these aqua piece, white, blue pieces. So how am I going to go about moving this up? Now, actually, in this case, I've got quite a nice chain of these pentagon pieces. So for this one, I am actually going to go for it, but I've just messed up there. I've done the accidental clear, which again I've warned about many times. So why I'm trying to concentrate on explaining in the video. If you try and concentrate on one thing, then you're going to get into trouble. Now the important thing is I'm not going to continue what I was doing before. I'm going to start again. I'm going to start my scanning process and see if there's any other Vegases about. Okay, so here I've got I've actually got almost a ready-made Vegas. Normally I would not recommend building something this low on the board. However, in this case, this is just too much of a setup to resist, basically. So, following my usual style of visualizing it, you want to start doing this in your head later on. All I need is one more aqua piece to sort of pull up. Now, luckily I have just enough space to do that. Now, I don't want to just do this horizontal clear, because if an aqua appears in the middle, then again that's my accidental clear check. So I'm going to scramble this up so that doesn't accidentally happen. That didn't work, so now I'm going to use these pentagon pieces. Now, unfortunately, I've gone very unlucky there. So in this case, it depends on what you want to do. You've got to sit down and think of the options. You could just say, okay, I give up on this. You don't want to just stick with it, because it can become very inefficient and it can kill your score off. So you could just say, right, I'm going to give up. I'm going to just take the bingo. Or if you've got a sea donkey set up, quite often it's advisable just to go for the sea donkey. However, in this case, I want to show you a Vegas, so I'm going to be persistent. And there we go, look, there's my aqua piece. So normally, you want to try and do this as efficiently as possible. Pull it up in as few clicks as you can. And there we go, I've got my 5 column in a row, and I've got my 3x3. And again, notice how the 3x3 part of the combo is as small as I need it to be. I've not worried about extending that half. As long as you have your 3x3, as long as you have your Vegas, that's all you're worried about. And there we go. There's the Vegas, and I can start looking for the next one. So, what pattern am I looking for? I've got this quite a nice little setup here. Look, I've got 3 yellows in a row, and I've got 2 blues beside it. So I want to be looking to bring some blues up to the top. Okay? So I see I've got one blue here. So what I want to do is bring a blue here and here. So I'm going to bring both of these blues up at the same time. So you can see one blue is going to go here and another go here. So then I've got my top part of my Vegas. And then what I'm going to want to do is bring up some yellow pieces afterwards. So rather than waste time doing extra clicks later on, I'm going to see if I can try and get a yellow up now. There you go, look, I got very lucky. I pulled that yellow up. I'm also going to pull this one across. So you see these blues are going to go up, these yellows are going to go up, and I've done it as efficiently as I can, pulling it up with only one piece. This is very important when you get to the 7-piece Bilging, because you'll find you run out of pieces quite quickly. Now, just because I'm pulling up lots of pieces, I don't really need to check for many accidental clears, but just in case, yeah, look, there's nothing. Now look, I've got the makings of my Vegas, so now all that remains is to move my pieces into position. And there's the Vegas again, and off we go. So then it's just a repetitive process of looking for these patterns. So the one I see now is, I've got a nice vertical line of 5 pentagon pieces, and I've got all these blues around it. So then I'm going to start looking for, okay, how do I start filling in these gaps? So I always concentrate on this horizontal line first. So I say, I want to bring up a blue. So I can see here, this blue is 4 pieces down. So I either need a line of 4 to pull it up, or I need a horizontal 3 above it and then pull it up. In this case, I can scan along. I can see I've got these green pieces, for that I'm lucky. So I can pull that blue up. Now, I can also see that, try and find my line again, I'm missing a pentagon piece just here. So if I just sort of do my calculations, I want my blue piece is going to go up there. I want the pentagon piece to be 2 above it. So I want to put a pentagon piece there. And unfortunately, I've just run out of time. My navy ship has ported. So that's one thing to be very wary of. Don't try and set up a Vegas if you're close to the island. And the star levels are also very important. The most infuriating thing you can find is you're about to click that Vegas, and then your screen clears because you filled up all your stars. So keep an eye on that. And I wish you good luck with your Vegases. And I'll see you in any other videos that you care to watch on the website.